Here's how he did it. He said, get the strongest nigger, male, and here's how you treat him. You bring him out and you bring, excuse the language, you bring the nigger female and the nigger baby, and then you tie this strong nigger's foot to a horse on this side and his other foot to a horse on that side. Then you tie and feather that nigger and set him on fire. And when the horses start pulling in two different directions, they'll rip that nigger apart in the presence of the woman and the baby. And her listening to his screams and begging for mercy, she'll know then she can't depend on him. Then you get another big strong nigger and you bring him and you get your bull whip and you beat him. You don't kill him, but you beat him within an inch of his life. Come on. Until he's crying and screaming and praying and begging. And when that woman sees the man in that state, she'll be psychologically frozen. And all her daughters will be like her. They'll come out independent. And the boys, they'll have strong bodies, but weak minds. And out of her instinct to protect her male child, she'll break that male child for us and turn him over to us. And we'll give him many fields of labor, but he will be working for us, broken by her. And right now in the South, this is South Carolina. That's right. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Some white man would come to your house and you a beautiful young girl and he would tell your father, send her out. He want to have sex with her. And the man had no power. He's frightened to death to resist. Go on, baby. And right now, you look at the plot. Black women filling the colleges. Black men filling the jails. Where, sister, is your man gonna come from? You at Benedict College, 69, 70% female, 30 to 38% male. So the women outnumber the men, so you become a playground. Come on, teach, brother. Men playing with you. That's right. Lay it out. Teach it. And you have lost so much respect for yourself. Come on, teach. That you allow a man to play with you. And then he go back in the dorm and talk about that bitch that he had. We have become so degraded now that when rap started in the South Bronx, it was young black men using the art of the spoken word, but that was rap. That's right. They were talking to young men about the condition, not ghetto life, but they were passing on germs of knowledge and wisdom in rap. But the money lenders and the corruptors saw money in this, and skillfully they turned it from conscious rap to gangster rap, and we began glorifying the gun, glorifying the lowest part of life in the hood, glorifying the sale and use of drugs and the snapping of a cap in your brother. And then they glorify beefs and whatnot between rappers and their posses. Willie Lynch alive and well, West Coast rap, East Coast rap. See, now we're against each other from the east, from the west, from the north, from the south. We're against each other in terms of color. We're against each other in terms of those who are educated and those who are not. We're against each other from those that have money and those that are not. And then those of us who get some status as a councilman, a senator, a mayor, we're just senators and mayors of the plantation. We are in the big house. We're the house niggers. And the ones in the field that don't have no job, they the field niggers. And here you are in college with an inferior education that will not allow you to compete in a global economy. This is real, brothers and sisters. Willie Lynch's stuff is real. It comes all the way up to preachers. They lie about how big their church is. Well, I have my church seats 3,000. Oh, that ain't nothing. Mine seats 5,000. See, it's that status thing again. You arguing over what? You got more followers. You a bigger preacher. You got more people listening to you. All of this is Willie Lynch. And then the envy of pastors arguing with one another, jealous of one another. Then the white Christian right take a black man and build him up, give him money, put him on television, give him all kinds of backing. I've never heard a black man preach like T.D. Jakes. That man is anointed. But Bush called him. Bush, who messed up down there in New Orleans. He wouldn't even go down when it first happened. Then he come down, but he's like the Lone Ranger looking for Tonto to bail his raggedy behind out. So he brings an anointed man of God to clean his behind. Now, brothers and sisters, in my conclusion, this is a habitation of devils and a hole for every foul spirit. We can't walk the streets of Columbia like we used to do years ago in the South. In the South, we walk, we meet another black person. Good morning. You don't have to know him. Good morning. Good afternoon. How are you? Doors wasn't locked. You didn't lock your doors against one another. But today the spirit is so foul among us. We kill each other over a parking space. Kill each other over who won the shot when you're shooting crap, when you're gambling. I've seen black men killed over a burger. Human life means nothing no more. We weren't like this in the darkest days of slavery, brothers and sisters. We are worse now as a people than we have ever been. And now I say to you all, God is angry with America, but God is also displeased with us. We've been playing with God and marketing Jesus like a commodity, but ain't nobody following him. See? Jesus said, if any man would be my disciple, he must first deny himself, pick up his cross, and then follow me. Not worship me, follow me. We in church worshiping Jesus rather than following Jesus. In the book of John, Jesus said, God is a spirit, and those who worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth. Jesus was not trying to get us to worship him. He was trying to get us to worship the one that he said was his Father. And when the servant asked him, Master, teach us how to pray, he said, pray on this wise, our Father. Family, family, family. We're a long way off from God.